Hello everybody and welcome to my Let's Play series here about Cities Skylines. As you probably noticed this week, I'm going to be starting a lot of new series. I just kind of want to throw everything against the wall, see what sticks and what becomes popular. So if you like Cities Skylines, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below so that way I know to keep making this type of content. So I am starting out with a brand new build here, and this is vanilla version of Cities Skylines. I don't have any DLCs, and I also don't have any mods installed. So how I like to start my vanilla cities is by creating a roundabout straight off of the highway, and this is just going to help with traffic flow later on down the line. Now, I am not opposed to putting mods into this game. I just wanted to get this series started and I'll look at mods later. But if you have any mod suggestions, be sure to let me know. I'd love to try some things out. And as you can see, I have this little kind of tongue shape to start off with. I don't really have any railroad access, and it's just kind of highways all along and then big bodies of water separating the two areas. So I do want to start off, of course, with some residential. Residential is the only demand that we have right now for our city, and so we're just going to build that right off the roundabout over here to the right. I don't need that much low density residential, especially for like the old town area, the beginning area of any city. So I'm just going to make a little grid just like that, and we're going to sort out the water. So I definitely want the water coming in there. And then as for the water output, all the water seems to be flowing in that direction, so as close to outside of my building map area is going to be the best, especially for pollution. And we'll just take a giant pipe here and run it along the back of this square to make sure there's access to water for everywhere that we build. And then I'm also going to do the pipes along the roads there to make sure that that whole zone is going to be well liquidated, have a lot of water basically. And then I also like to put wind turbines here for the pumps. That way they have access to electricity, but it's not gonna be really affecting how much electricity is going in for our town. I do have the coal plant unlocked, of course, but that causes a lot of pollution, and I think I want to start off with things being a little bit more green and eco-friendly, just so that way I can have a beautiful town, especially since I'm not going to have any mods to hide the pollution. And these stupid electricity lines have a hard time not clipping onto the road. So yeah, I'm going to start off with my residential area right here in this little grid. We're going to go ahead and press play and see if some houses start moving in. Just waiting, forever waiting. Yeah, it would help if I actually took this cross out of the roundabout before people started coming in, so that way they aren't just like driving willy-nilly. Let's see if we can get some. Do we have enough? We have water. Why? Oh, there's the houses. Okay, yeah, the houses are finally spawning. So while those are coming in, I'll go ahead and expand this grid because I know we're going to need a lot of residential, not only to unlock our achievements, but also that demand. The more residential you have, the more demand for industry you'll have. And the more industry you have, the more demand for commercial you'll have, etc., etc. So I think that looks really nice, and as you can see for this grid system, all of the boxes are filled up for zoning, but since I'm making the roads kind of T-junctions instead of full four-way stops, I'm stopping that road halfway through the neighborhood block. It helps with the traffic so that way things don't get too crazy and backed up with a bunch of like stoplights and stuff like that, especially because I don't have Traffic Manager installed. So we'll just go ahead and copy pretty much that exact same layout over here. Plop in our residential areas. Let's put some water pipes in it. So we'll go ahead and extend that all the way down. And then for this road, oh, that's a lot of money. Let's go ahead and put it there and then just cross it over there, so that way it still has access, but it's not quite as much. Since our income's pretty low to start off with, we end up losing money for a little bit until we can get some taxes and some industry set up. So let's go ahead and throw in some low density commercial. Once again, having commercial is going to make your industry needs go up, especially because we need to provide the commercial area with some goods. And those are growing in a lot better, faster than the homes, but it's fine. And then let's go ahead and make sure that's on the node. Let's do our industry on this side just to keep things pretty separate and like cut down on our pollution. So we'll go, yeah, let's just go up from here. That should be fine. Go ahead and do it at 15 and do it. Oh, okay. Well, that road is totally crooked, so let me go ahead and get rid of that. And it's completely dark. I forgot to turn off the day and night cycle. All right, I will be right back. All right, and now we're back into the daytime, and what you missed out on was I got the little hamlet achievement, which means we unlocked some nice things for our town. But let's go ahead and finish this industry build before we jump into what that unlocked. Once again, we're just going to do a little grid system and plop some generic regular industry in there. There we go. And let's see if our residential has grown any. I mean, some cars are coming in. That's always a good sign. We love that. They're using the roundabout. They're going a little bit slow, but that's just because of the type of road I have. And make sure that this industry has access to water. And it'll also need some electricity. So that turbine is doing a good job of getting all of that. So let's just put a pylon over here to this industry area so that way they don't complain about electricity. And as we can see here, they are all moving in pretty nicely. But I think I do want to just put a coal generator here now that we have our industry area set up. And I'll just go ahead and delete that wind turbine because it's pretty expensive, especially since that coal generator will put in more energy into for the electricity. Okay, so let's go over here. So we have... So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and bump up this, let some things build in and kind of see what our needs are once all of that is set up. And you guys probably noticed this, but I just noticed this. The cars are driving the wrong way, and since we have that turnaround spot up there, they're all just going back up the same road that they came in on. Let's go ahead. It says that my economics panel is open. Wow, look at that. We are losing some money pretty heavily, but that's fine. We can probably cut down on how we're taxing the people, or we can at least change how much electricity we're creating because, oh, there we go. Little hamlet. All right, so we have some new stuff, garbage, healthcare, and education. So let's plop in a little elementary school right here on the main road. That'll get everybody really happy. Garbage is going to be something that they complain about, and we can just plop that over here. Over here. That's going to pollute it. I guess it's already going to be, yeah, I can't squeeze it there. This area is already going to be polluted, so it's okay if there's a little bit of more pollution, and we cannot afford a health clinic yet. But it's 10,000 and we're finally in the green with our money, so that's nice. Let's speed this up a little bit more. Watch some new things come in. My industry seems to be working well. everybody's driving over there. Perfect. And oh yeah, let's go ahead and fix these roads so that way they're actually going the right way. So we'll put in some 2-lane regular roads in one direction and just upgrade all those roads to that type. Yeah, let's go ahead and make these both one way coming in and out. And then we'll delete that line there in the middle. There we go. Not the pylons. So now they're all coming in and they are still going separate ways, but I really want to get a health clinic in here. We're like 2,000. Can I deal with the circle going the wrong way for a little bit longer until we get up to 10,000? Probably. Yeah, no. We'll go ahead and just upgrade that to a 2-way, 1-way road as well. And everybody's going to be freaking out who's driving on the roundabout, like what is going on. And that's all set up correctly. So that way it's a functioning roundabout now, which is nice. And eventually we'll have just little like slip lanes for everybody so that way they aren't having to drive, you know, industry area can just get out on the highway directly instead of having to go through the roundabout, but that's not really a problem for right now. Education's still pretty low, still can't afford that health clinic. Let's go ahead and expand our residential because that's kind of a need that we're going to be, you know, that's going to be driving the whole economy for us. Let's go ahead. Can I squeeze that in? Yes. All right. So I can squeeze in another grid right here. I am going to make that a 4-way, but that's fine because we'll just have the rest of these BT junctions. And we'll take it off the back so that way people who are using that road are just using it as a through street where they live off of that road. We'll go ahead and extend the water there. And we'll extend the water. Oh, Worthy Village. All right, guys, here we go. We got some new industry areas as well as some fire and police stations, which will really help with the safety. If we look at our police stations, people aren't really complaining about, you know, theft or anything, but we'll go ahead and put a police station there that should cover pretty much our whole entire town at this point, and we'll also pop in a little healthcare clinic now that we can finally afford that. We'll go ahead and put it right there, right off that main road. And fire. Yeah, our fire is really bad, and that's definitely something that is very common. You need multiple fire stations. And we'll go ahead and put in some more commercial to kind of raise up our industry need a little bit as well. And do we have parks yet? No, we just have these giant like historic buildings that we need for other historic buildings. And then yeah, we also don't have any walking paths unlocked yet, but that's fine. Let's see. Those houses are coming in, kind of dealing with it. Our electricity is doing fine. Let's go ahead. I never actually turned down how much we're spending on electricity, but that'll definitely help us get some money here at the start of the game. Go ahead and lower the water too, because I'm pretty sure that's pretty high. Yeah, our water and electricity are still pretty high even with it being lowered. So let's go ahead and bump it down some more. We'll try there. Sure, why not? Let it run through a couple weeks to make sure that it's doing okay. I mean, that's definitely at a better spot than what it was. Our water's still way too high, so we'll go ahead and kind of bring it down to that same level and see what that does for our water consumption. Wow, looks like I could even bring that down a little bit further. I can't believe it. I guess my citizens aren't really using that much water. yeah, still really high, even after letting this cycle through a couple weeks or a couple days, or however they tell time in this game. But just cutting down the budget is, like I said, a great way to make some money off of this start of the game. And can we afford fire stations yet? No. Go ahead and create a district. I don't really necessarily have very many policies unlocked yet, but if we go ahead and just make this a district, it'll at least have a good nickname. If you do want to suggest a nickname for this old town area, go ahead and let me know down below. I would love to name it any of your ideas. This town doesn't have a name yet either, but our industry is humming. We do have a little bit more demand for industry as well. Let's see. But residential is still higher than industry. So let's go ahead and expand our residential a little bit more. Right there to there, and that way it's a T-junction coming off that main road and not a full four-way stop, and then we'll just have that road coming off the main road, and we'll fill all of this in with residential. And education. Yeah, we're still okay on our elementary school capacities, so that's nice. Oh, there we go. Tiny town, guys. Oh my goodness. 3 milestones right off the bat in this first episode. We stan it. Amazing. And now they're complaining about water because, of course, we dropped our water and electricity down. So let's jump into our economics panel and go ahead and bump this up a little bit and see what they have to say about that. Oh, our high school is unlocked. We can go ahead and put that in. I do like having pretty well educated citizens. It's not really good for your industry area. If your citizens are too educated, then you're going to have to start putting in more offices and less industry. But our water is still doing fine. And what's this? We have a new item unlocked. Perfect. And I do like putting in pathways. So we'll go ahead and just connect all of the streets by pathways, kind of in a four-way junction. That way people in the center there have an easier time getting to where they need to go. And you don't have to do it on every single one, but, you know, maybe delete a couple houses before they get too upgraded. There we go. Bam. Maybe. Come on. Connect. There we go. It's fine. And let's do a giant walkway coming off of this corner here, hopefully without deleting too much. It's gonna snap. Maybe if I bring it to the center. There we go. There's still that tiny little house there, but if that gets deleted, that's fine. Let's go ahead and bring it up there. We're going to raise it up to go over this kind of highway. Where does it want to go? There, there, and go down a level and bring it all the way across. So if you have this pathway, it might take a while, but people do tend to like to walk to work if given the option. I'm sure realistically that would be like several miles of walking, but at least it's on a nice pedestrian path. There are people walking around. Our little town is so cute. It's adorable. Oh, so amazing. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. Go ahead and stay tuned for next week. It's going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to upload the second part to this. And until I see you guys again, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.